Hi guys, so today I'm going to show you how to make that cute little doll cradle you just saw, and it holds about a 6-inch doll depending on what size you make it. I mean, you can make this thing a lot bigger. It converts into a little purse, but it's kind of cute to make it kind of mini. There's no rhyme or reason to it as far as just make it as big as you like. The measurements, the stitch count, all that is up to you. Okay, so I'm going to show you the very basic way to do this, and I remember getting one of these or making these Sam in Mexico, and it's kind of funny because a lot of people remember, oh, their grandmas made these for them or whatever it is, but I just remember seeing things like this really old school. So the link in the description box is going to be to Bob Wilson 123, I believe. I'm not sure what the her website is called. It's a lady, actually, even though it has a man's name, but she has it all written out and in a really nice PDF. Like I said, it can be all different, okay? So the number of stitches, that's up to you. But she has it written out really nicely, and I think that's just a great place to start. I'm not going to reinvent the wheel, So I'll have it there, but I will show you what I'm going to do for this specific project. So I am going to start with Red Heart Soft Yarn, and this says that the color is off-white, and it is off-white. Only because I didn't get to go pick a more girly color, but this is going to be the base of the purse, okay, or of the cradle. So you're going to have a little base, it's going to have a little skirt, and hopefully you can see in the pictures there at the beginning, and that little skirt kind of lifts up to a drawstring pouch, basically. So this is the very base, the bottom part of it, and this is going to determine how big you want this thing or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to use a size I. Basically, it's a worsted weight yarn. So you're going to start by making your slip knot there, and you're just going to chain as many chains as you need for the length of the project that you want. Now if you're using finger weight yarn or sport weight yarn, you're going to use maybe a size G or H hook, so it's going to take a lot more to get this the size you want. So that's why I'm starting off with worsted weight yarn, so hopefully it'll work up a little bit quicker. And I'm going to work in double crochet. You can do single crochet. It'll just take longer to create your base and the bottom of the bag, so just keep that in mind. So I'm going to continue making chains, very easy, until it's about as long as I want. Now remember, you are going to end up adding a little bit extra to it once you get your double crochets going around, and they're going to be on either side of your chain, so some of the length is going to be a little bit longer than what you first create here. Okay, so let me go ahead and make about 6-inch chain, and I'll be right back. So for this hook and this and the way I stitch kind of loosely, it's actually 25 chains, okay? If you just need to know, it's 25. So what you're going to do is go ahead and make your first double crochet into the third chain. So you go 1, 2, 3 into the third chain. Now I usually go in the top 2 links or parts. You see how those top 2 bars, should I say, end up on the top. Some people only grab one, the very top one. Do whatever you like. I'm still going to get the top 2 because that's how I do it. So, go ahead and insert your crochet hook wherever you like. So 1, 2, 3 into the third one, and I like to take those top 2. So we have 1 crochet, double crochet, and then go into the next one. And you're going to double crochet all the way to the end and ending with a double crochet in the first chain on your strand here, okay? So I'm going to continue going double crochet all the way across in each loop till I get to the end. Okay, I'm at the very end, and we have our chain 3, when you first came up, and we have 22 double crochets, okay? And this is the last stitch here, so I'm going to go ahead and put a double crochet in there. And what we're actually going to do in this last one is put 3 double crochet in there. So there's 1. It's going to bring it around to the other side for us, basically. 2 double crochet, it's getting a little tighter, and then 3 double crochets, okay? And so that kind of makes a curve to curve around, okay? So now what you're going to do is going to place your double crochets on the opposite side. So we're just going to turn our work, and usually you would just go back the other way or turn it around and go back the other way, but we're going to go around to the other side, okay? And so we have our 3 double crochets here. So now basically in each one of these loops, you're going to be adding a double crochet. Now if you go into the loop, you can make a little hole, and some people don't like that, and it doesn't matter if you like it, it doesn't matter to you. Well, this one already has its 3, right? You're going to go to the next one. But what Bob Wilson on her channel or her page there, she recommends is to go in between the crochets. So you put 3 in this one stitch, so you're gonna not put in any 1, 2, or 3 of these spaces. You're gonna go after the third crochet, double crochet. So 1, 2, 3 right in here. We're gonna place a double crochet, and you're just gonna do that all the way up the other side, okay? So in between there where you have one, we're gonna put one in between the next one. So they're not gonna meet up exactly, they're just gonna be kind of offset, okay? And just go straight across this other side, putting a double crochet in between each double crochet. Okay, so we're now back to the beginning almost. I just put one more double crochet in that space there, and you're back at the beginning where you had your chain 3 and the first double crochet that we started with, okay? So what you're gonna do is add 2 more double crochet into the same space where your chain 3 is coming from, okay? So actually on this one there's still one more spot. I just missed it. So there's one more. And now we're near the chain 3 spot, okay? And basically where your chain 3 comes from, you're gonna add 2 more double crochet so that you can make 3 at the end there. So there's 1, and then there's 2. And now to bring this together, basically it looks something like this. You're just gonna slip stitch in the top of your chain 3, okay? So my chain 3 is right here, it looks a little loose. Now, let me just show you. It's not the top of the double crochet. Your double crochet would be this top here. It's the top of the chain 3. So you're looking for your little chain that we kind of started with. And just slip stitch that closed, okay? And I'm sorry, this is not a beginner type of tutorial, but if you know how to double crochet, then you'll catch on. So there it is. It looks like just like a little worm, okay? So we're not turning it, we're not doing anything else. Right now we just did our slip stitch to the top of chain 3. You're gonna chain 3 again, 1, 2, 3, right where you're at. And now you're just gonna double crochet in each double crochet. So the next one's right here, all around, okay? So all around your little worm, you're gonna go into the next double crochet. And right into the top of the double crochet. You're not going to go in these empty spaces or wherever, just like you would normally make a scarf or anything else when you're double crocheting, okay? So I'm going to go around the whole thing, but I'm going to come back when I get to the end of the top of the row, because we're going to continue going in circles all around. So when I get over here, I'm going to be right back. This is the last double crochet before we go into the area where we had the 3 double crochet at the end of the row. So what we're going to do is go to the next couple of crochet, which is this one here. Let me see here. Actually, the one we're in, you're going to put 3 into the second one in the group, okay? So I just put 1 in the first one in the group, because it's the group of 3 here. That's the beginning of that double crochet. Here's the second one, and here's the third one. So right now, we're going to put 3 into that second, the middle double crochet of that 3 group. So 1, 2, 3. And of course you'll have the written instructions, like I said, I'll have the thing there for you. This is just kind of illustrating those. So we did 3, and the next one we're just going to put 1. And continue across the top row, placing just 1 double crochet all across the other side. Okay, so here I am at the end of this other, the other side here. And what you're going to do, again, is just continue going across. So this is our little chain 3 area where we had the 2 extra that we added at the end to come into the first chain 3. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. We're just coming back around towards the end, okay? And I'm just going to continue going here. And now what we're going to do is add 2 double crochets in the same spot where our chain 3 step up came from, which is basically here, okay? So I'm going to add 2 more there. This is very organic. I mean, guys, I know I told you guys at the beginning, like a number with the chains, but whatever you want, it just works out at the end. So I added 2 there, and now we're going to slip stitch into the top of our chain 3 to bring that round together, and that's the end of basically round 2. And it's kind of started in rows, but it goes into rounds, okay? So there's that. And this will all flatten out later. So what you're gonna do now, this is kind of like round 3. It's actually round 4, okay? Because the first part would be the chain. So round 4, row 4. You're gonna, again, chain 3 to step up 1, 2, 3. And all you're gonna do now is put 1 double crochet in each double crochet all around, okay? You're not gonna increase any more at the ends or anything like that. You're just gonna go and put a double crochet in every single double crochet. Oop, I put it in the wrong spot there. all around, and I'll come back when I'm back at the beginning here. So all the way around the whole thing. I'm coming back around. I just wanted to let you know, as you're working round 4, it starts curling, and this is actually the way, the base that you can make a slipper. You can make a bigger bag, a huge, like, you know, kind of maybe shopping bag. Just make it a lot longer, you know, probably twice as wide, and it's just gonna be the same initial pattern. Okay, so anyway, I'm coming towards the end here, and I believe that's it. Let me make sure. I have one more. Okay, so just come to the end here, and then you're gonna be back at your beginning chain 3 and slip stitch to the top of your beginning chain 3. So I'm just gonna slip stitch right in here. And this is going to be the end of round 4. I'm going to go ahead and call it round 4 or row 4 because that's the pattern. And if you download the pattern, I want you to make sure to have the same information. So there you go. See, it's kind of making that little curve. And again, row 5 is going to be the exact same as row 4. So 1, 2, 3. Let's step up so we can make our double crochets. And you're just going to do a double crochet again in each of the first double crochets all the way around, and this is gonna be the exact same. So I'm gonna go all the way around, join it to the top of the chain 3, then again step up 3. So you're gonna do the exact same thing until your work measures 3.5 to 4 inches. Okay, so I'm gonna continue doing this exact same round, which was the same as round 4, which is chain 3, double crochet in each double crochet around, join to the top of chain 3. Next one, chain 3, double crochet in each all the way around, join to the top of the chain 3, and just keep going until your work measures 3.5 to 4 inches tall. Okay guys, so I just finished up, and like I said, you want to make it so that it's about 3.5 to 4 inches tall. Mine's about 4 inches, and as you can see, it would be a nice base to just the purse, and you can just keep going up and then make a strap for it. But this is the base to the little cradle here. So I've already attached it to the top of the chain 3 and finished it off. Well, and finished off the round. So now we're going to finish this off. This ended up being 2, 3, 4, about 8 rounds. And so I'm just going to take the rest of this thing. I'm going to cut it off. And if you want to continue using the same color, then you can definitely do that. But I'm going to go ahead and finish it off. And just pull that through here. Okay, so that finishes off the beige color I'm using. Now, if you wanted to switch out from worsted weight yarn to a fingering or a lightweight or sport weight or baby weight yarn, then go ahead and do that. You just switch out your hook to, you know, a G or H or whatever size that you need for that. And it would actually be really cute. I really do like switching out from the worsted weight to a thinner yarn because it just looks really nice and cute for your little skirt. But I'm just going to go ahead and go into, I was looking at different yarns I have this Pound of Love, which is a worsted weight yarn. I have this Woolies, again, it's worsted weight. I just like the colors, that's why I was choosing these. Or this Burnout Satin. It feels fine, really pretty, but I believe it's also another worsted weight. But I'm going to go ahead and continue using my eye hook because these are all worsted, but it does look really nice if you were to switch out to something smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and open up this pink Pound of Love. It's called Bubblegum, I think is the name of the color. And I'm going to find the, you know, beginning strand, and I'll be right back.